Welcome to the journey. I'm Nathan, and this is the Modern Bushido Project.
All right, Gunfire Challenge. What is it? Bottom line up front, it's 9 weeks of training. It is designed to both improve health as well as performance. Specifically, we're looking to get body composition below 20% body fat. If you get below 12% body fat, then we're going to focus strictly on performance. We're also looking at cardiovascular performance when it comes to resting heart rate as well as HRV. Performance side, we're looking at what we call the Gunfighter Challenge, which is a 5K movement with fighting load straight into the EIC rifle, straight into the EIC pistol. If you don't know what those are, you can look those up. Most of you won't have the range for it, so if you need to exchange that for a local run and gun, a Spartan race, or other type of performance event you want to test, perfectly fine. Also, it's mainly for us older guys trying to keep up, but not just keep up, but have the younger guys try to keep up with you so that way you have clarity, focus of mind on the mission to lead. Reduce joint discomfort and mitigate against future injuries. We can't prevent all injuries, but we can reduce the severeness if it's non-contact. We can improve recovery time. So minor things here and there tend to recover quite a bit faster. Joint discomfort in general just tends to go away with a lot of the mobility and nervous system stuff we do. Also, we don't want to just look good. We also want to have that performance, like we said before. You will get some body composition changes, which is good. So who's it for? Mid to senior career gun carrying professionals, whether it's military, law enforcement, or you're just a guy trying to protect your family and you want to make sure that you are performing. That is what we're looking for. You should have some experience in the gym beyond just like bench, squat, deadlift, doing the arms and abs. That is traditionally how most military guys are, but this will be very different. And if that is what you're expecting, you're probably not going to be very excited. It's not a good or bad thing, it's kind of a maturity thing, which leads into the maturity and flexibility. And planning is really what makes this advanced. It's not necessarily the individual training sessions. It's the ability to walk into a gym and see that the piece of equipment you need is being used and how to adapt to that on the fly. It's about looking ahead for the week and saying, hey, here's how I need to set up the gym when I get in there so that way I have the stuff I need. Or if you have your own home gym, here's some stuff I need to get. So there's a little bit of maturity there. And again, looking at performance and health comes first over any kind of fads or limited modalities, such as only doing strength training or only doing conditioning, or the big fad now is hybrid training, which does both, which isn't a bad thing. It's just not quite as specific as what we're looking for. I'll get into a little bit of nerd details if you want to stick around. If not, here's how you get in. You can join the Gunfighter Performance team on Train Heroic during its open season, typically January and sometime spring to summer is when we have open season for the team. You can also just do a la carte on Train Heroic. You can just buy the program by itself, run a couple times a year if you want. Totally fine. You're sticking around for the nerd details. So what is the actual program? It is a version of triphasic training, taking some of the stuff from Triphasic Training 2, the new book by Cal Dietz and Mike T. Nelson. Your first week is just going to be testing. Mostly we're looking to get some metrics on the exercise that we're going to use, so that way the app can calculate your estimated one rep max, which will then turn into percentages for the follow-on weeks. So the next 2 weeks will be eccentric, and then you'll go into isometric and then into power and speed. So if you're familiar with the triphasic training program, basically we're covering all the bases there. There is no downloads in between, so that does make it a little bit more intense, which is why this is a challenge. And then at the end, we're going to get some, basically some hypertrophy, not necessarily bodybuilding, but we're just trying to put on a little bit of weight from the muscular standpoint, but also just kind of feels a little bit better, just do something a little bit different. You can also at that point just shift to a different program, totally fine. During all the weeks, we're going to do some reflexive performance reset. You'll learn that. We're going to do some agility and nervous system stuff to really, again, improve your athleticism. The strength training is partially triphasic, and then in the latter half of the week is just straight old school strength training. And then there are generally between 4 to 6 options of conditioning at the end of the primary training sessions on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then there is rucks and trail runs on Tuesdays and Saturday. And you can do some additional stuff in between there. And then on Wednesday, there's generally a hard conditioning day and or a very specific conditioning component on Wednesdays. So sometimes that running is not actually that hard, but it's high intensity, so it might be sprints. So that's kind of the gist of it. Again, if you want to get in, you can join the team when it's open, or you can just buy the program a la carte on Train Heroic. So that is the gist. If you have questions, please leave comments. If you want to join the team, I definitely highly recommend it, especially if you're an older guy trying to keep up, trying to get back into the game. This is the program. Thanks.